Happy Devil's Monday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report, episode 325, the Morning Woo edition. Podcast titled Devils Showing Toughness and Hockey Grit. Streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch. I'm just a little discombobulated with so many goals last night on the Let's Go Devils Network, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios here in beautiful New Jersey in an undisclosed location. Steve Engel is already up delivering the mail somewhere on the YouTube Live. But the Devils right now, and I'm loving every minute of it, because we talked about this for a couple of years now, about the Beefalytics, about showing toughness and hockey grit, doing whatever it takes to win, down 0-2 in a series, taking the series back to New Jersey, back at home at the Rock. Fans witnessed Eric Holla dropping the gloves, Jack Hughes answering the bell, taking out Aho. The Devils wanted it more yesterday than the Carolina Hurricanes. The Devils wanted to show the Carolina Hurricanes that they're just not going to sit around and just get bullied like they did in games 1 and 2. And this is a sign of a championship caliber team. Remember when Palat willed himself through, I believe, Adam Fox and Chris Kreider, Game 7 against the Rangers, willed himself under heavy duress and pressure just to get that puck to Mikey McLeod, who eventually scored that goal and the game winner, Game 7, all because of 125% effort. Since then, Mikey McLeod has been on fire. And the toughness and the hockey grit is starting to make its way around the Devils locker room. And seeing Jack Hughes defend himself, not having to wait on somebody else to do the dirty work. He went after Aho. It was a lightweight, featherweight match that Jack Hughes won, in my mind. They called it roughing, but, I mean, each should have probably got 5 minutes, I thought. But whatever. You know, the refs have been missing, most of this postseason. We did that on a previous Woo Report on the Morning Woo about missing refs. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should probably, I think it was episode 322 of the Woo Report. You can look back and listen to that. But anyway, and Jack Hughes just, since he lost his tooth, who is this Jack Hughes? I think Jack Hughes is just fed up and just can't take it anymore. It's probably burning inside. Look, I'm supposed to be doing this, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take out Aho, and I'm going to show I cannot be pushed around. You're going to cross-check me. You're going to do all these behind-the-play, cheap shots on me. I'm going to hit you right back and punch you in the face. And that's the Jersey way, if you think about it, which is why I love Jack Hughes right now. Because his Beefalytics is coming out. His stock is high when it comes to Beefalytics in his weight class. Kyle says, we got a series. McLeod has been the best player on the team all series. Luke should stay in the lineup. Very surprised with Smith's game considering he played all year. He's a totally different player. Well, you know what? They got Brendan Smith for these moments. But him cracking into the lineup, going 11-7, you know what? Hey, it worked last night. The defense needs some help. And Smith, this is what Brendan Smith did. He simplified his game, essentially. Once you simplify your game, you execute, good things will happen. It's the little things that matter in a playoff series. It's a 7-game series. And as each game goes by, the room for error is minimal. You can't screw up because you can lose the entire series. And the Devils are going into Game 4 confident. 8-4 victory. Still some things to work on. My opinion, the Devils need to start Schmid for Tuesday for the very reason that Vanacek, I'll tell you, you can't blame him for some of those goals, but you know what? A well-rested Vanacek is better than a tired Vanacek. And Schmid, you can't blame him for the first 2 games. But he's got to play great. He's been good. He's been solid, but he's got to play great, especially against the Carolina Hurricanes. But I'll tell you, Carolina, they got to see the real New Jersey Devils last night. Rod Brindamore complaining about the officiating. Well, games 1 and 2, the refs were missing. Again, we did a whole podcast about the missing refs. Where did they go? What were they looking at? You know, and Game 3, they weren't going to get away with stuff. The Carolina Hurricanes. You know, all the behind-the-play stuff. But most importantly, talked about this yesterday, about the Devils playing smash-mouth hockey, going right to the heart, right to the goaltender. Both goalies had no answers, and that's a great sign. They pulled Anderson, put the backup in, still same result. Still another 4 goals. And that was a statement game for your New Jersey Devils last night. That we're just not going to take it anymore. We're fed up, and we're going to do it our way. And the Devils dictated the pace. We talked about that as well. Dictated the pace and playing Devils hockey, which is a very aggressive offense. Better puck management. Puck possession was good for the most part. Still got to work on those shorthanded chances. Dougie Hamilton on that one play, that shouldn't have been a penalty shot. Again, the refs have been bad. But are they good because they're equally bad for both teams' interests? But they've just been bad. I mean, a penalty shot, he barely even touched him. Or even at all. I don't know. But the Devils play Carolina tomorrow at the Rock. Game 4. We'll be there at American Whiskey, which yesterday was just absolutely packed, both inside the bar and outside the bar. People celebrating in the streets. It was a great time last night. Shorts guy was on site. He was just such in a happy mood. But right, Dirk, they did give up 4 goals. But you know what? That could all change tomorrow night. The Devils are back in the series. This is a series now. You win tonight. I'm sorry. You win tomorrow. Guess what? It's the best of 3. And the Devils are going to get hot. Luke Hughes in the lineup exceeded my expectations. He came to play. He wanted it. more in his playoff debut. Made a couple rookie mistakes, but these are learning lessons. The Devils were able to survive that. One of the 4 goals was a shorthanded goal when Hughes was on the power play. He gets a pass for that. Should have dumped the puck in, used the boards, but instead tried to pass it back to the other point. And that was telegraphed, which led to that penalty shot goal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on that sequence. But other than that, Luke Hughes was fantastic. And we talked about this last night on the Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday edition. Shorts guy pointing out, it just seems like Jack plays better when his brother is in the lineup. We knew how excited he was when Luke was drafted. Luke was just standing there while Jack was like all happy. Luke Hughes is the real deal. This wasn't about, oh, it's Jack's brother, let's pick him. No, it was, wow, he fell to us at the 4th overall, let's get this guy. We know the pedigree, we know the family, and he plays defense. And think about this, folks. The dream pairing of Nemitz and Hughes on the blue line for the next 10 to 15 years. Think about that. The pipeline is rich. The pipeline is full. You've also got Ethan Edwards, Seamus Casey in the system at Michigan. You also have some pretty nice D guys that would be coming up as well from Utica at some point in the next couple of years. Kevin Ball, has he been impressive in the playoffs? Kevin Ball using his size, his reach. He has an advantage physically over most defensemen in the league. Timo Meier getting on the board. Good to see that after that injury, the unnecessary hit by Jacob Trouba, who was pouting that his team sucks. He couldn't win that series, taking out on Timo Meier. Timo Meier back on the score sheet. Love how he scored right in front of the goaltender. Suka says Nemitz and Hughes would be like Rafalski and Niedermeyer playing together. I think even better. Even better. I mean, that pedigree is like, I would liken it to, not so much style, but liken it to Al McGinnis and Chris Pronger back in the day with the St. Louis Blues. I mean, that was a heck of a pairing. But Luke Hughes, he can skate. He can skate. He can keep up with them. And to think he's in his first year of his entry-level contract. Could he be the next Cale Makar? No, he is going to be the next Luke Hughes. He may be better than Cale Makar. And that's saying a lot. And I don't say that, but you can see it. He is very talented, Luke Hughes. Probably the best skater out of all the brothers. And that's saying a lot. But last night, Devils showing their toughness. They're going to hit back, Jersey style. And the Carolina Hurricanes will respond, believe me, for Game 4. Rod Brind'Amour is not going to allow his team to just get killed again. So I would expect a tight game, a tough game tomorrow at the Rock. And You, the fans, will have to show up, be there. It was electric last night at the Rock. Fans going crazy. 8 woos in a row. Adam Hamway, good friend of the podcast, must have just, his voice must have been worn out with all the goals that were scored in that game. Just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible last night. But the Devils, which goaltender they're going to go to? I think they're going to go to Schmidt. But you know what, Lindy, you know what he's going to do? He's going to wait till the last minute. He's going to play those games. But does it really matter? You still have to play defense in front of the goaltender. Select the Boy is in the YouTube chat. Hello, Select the Boy. And hello to everybody on all of our social media pages. It's going to be crazy. Absolute crazy on Tuesday. And if the series is tied and there's a game 6, that Saturday game is going to be electric. And the Devils are showing that they are the comeback kids. Down 0-2. Okay, hold my beer. Let's get to work, guys. Hey, Jack, go beat up Aho. Holla. Why don't you scrap? Take that guy. Teach him a lesson. But, yeah. Tony T says, how many were shorthanded goals against? How often will that happen? Well, hopefully it doesn't happen that often, but that's what happens when you take risks. I mean, the Luke Hughes giveaway on that power play, that's a rookie mistake. I'm not harping on Luke Hughes, but that stuff normally doesn't happen. You should dump the puck in that sequence. He was just trying to do a little bit too much. Lesson learned. But again, how often does a phantom penalty happen where it led to a penalty shot? Almost never. But, you know, I blame the refs on that one. But Game 4 is coming up tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern start at the Rock. Devils, Canes, we'll be there, Game Day Live, and Devils After Dark at American Whiskey. It's going to be a great time, folks. We've got something special brewing at American Whiskey. It's a fun place to celebrate your New Jersey Devils, win or lose. And I hope to see you there. I hope to see you there. Want to thank all those tuning in to the podcast, dropping the podcast about 20 minutes. Our numbers have soared. We are in record territory for this month. Normally, after 7 days, where we are in terms of numbers, 1 week into May, is usually almost what we do in an entire month in the regular season. All in 7 days. And you guys and you ladies have been listening to our podcast religiously every day, and we can't thank you enough. I mean, I see a lot of fans at the arena saying hello, and it's nice to know that we are a part of your day, that we have enhanced your New Jersey Devils experience, even though we have no affiliation with the New Jersey Devils other than we talk about them all the time. And that's okay. That's okay. Come out to American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center next to Championship Plaza. Place to celebrate your New Jersey Devils. And, of course, our podcast, we promote what's right about being a New Jersey Devils fan. So going to get out of here. Enjoy your day. If you're at work, get to the water cooler. Start bragging. All these Ranger fans, oh, you'll be out in the second round. Go Rangers. No, this is your time to shine. Brag that your team is coming back in this series. The folks at Carolina's Hurricanes, also known as South Jersey, you're going to get the Jersey treatment tomorrow, as the Devils are showing their toughness and hockey grit finally in this series. And the Carolina Hurricanes had no answers, really, last night, other than cherry-picking goals. Anyway, I'll see you around. This is the Morning Woo on the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.